Hello everybody, my name is Ryan or MandRproductions and welcome to my review of the LEGO Star Wars 75162 Y-Wing Microfighter from the Series 4 Microfighters line. It includes 90 pieces, one minifigure being the Y-Wing pilot, and retails for $10 in the United States. Speaking of the Y-Wing pilot, let's go ahead and take a look at him now. This is the Y-Wing pilot. It's an amazing looking minifigure, although I do have a couple complaints, but they're small and kind of insignificant. I'll just give you a first spin around here. Around back we have some nice back printing, especially on the back of the helmet as well. You can see those red markings. And on the side of the helmet there's a nice little showing there. Moving back around to the front, you can see the face, the torso print looks amazing. Here's a zoom in look at that torso print going down towards the waist and the legs. A very continuous print, which I definitely like. Looking back towards the head and helmet area, you'll see that unfortunately the visor, the orange visor, is only printed on. It's not kind of built into the helmet like we saw with the Y-Wing pilot, so that's my really only complaint about this minifigure. I would have much rather had the built-in visor piece as opposed to the print-on visor piece. You can see what I mean there. There's the built-on one as opposed to the print-in, but it's not really that big of a deal. It still looks okay. It's not like I'm going to be looking at this minifigure 24/7 and being like, oh my gosh, I wish they had a built-on visor instead of a print. But again, here's the other side. Here's what it looks like with the helmet on. So a very nice second face on this minifigure. I definitely like both of them. I think they both work well for this set. And as a Y-Wing pilot, he looks really awesome. So let's go ahead and move right into the Y-Wing Microfighter itself. Now that you've seen the one minifigure in the set, let's go ahead and take a look at the Y-Wing itself. I really like this design, but it is similar to a Microfighter we've gotten in the past as part of a book exclusive, and I'll throw that photo up here right now. You guys can tell they're slightly different, but of course they're the same ship, so they mostly look the same. But I definitely like this one. I'm glad we have it standalone, so you don't have to buy a book to get the Microfighter. I definitely like having the Microfighters alone. So this one looks really cool. It's got the windshield for the cockpit up there, and of course you can get your minifigure in there pretty easily if you put him in a seated position with his hands up. The flick-fire missiles on top also look pretty good, actually. I know that's hard for me to say, but they look better than a stud shooter would on a set like this, and to give it playability, I'm glad they went with the flick-fire missiles, so let's go ahead and test those. And that was an alright flick. Let's try this. And that one was much better. So you can see the problem with flick-fire missiles is the disparity in how well they work, and that's why stud shooters are so much more consistent. On the back of the engines, you can see a couple of orange studs to kind of give you a little bit of extra detail there, kind of a little thruster detail. And then I also like the use of these pieces here to give it a little bit of that, space in here to give it more of that Y-Wing feel on such a small model. You can see a little bit of grill piece in there for detail. This, I think, is a good design. I think they did a good job still trying to keep the general shape of the Y-Wing on such a small and otherwise stubby model. I know it's hard to keep the shape. Back here, I think these are really for detail, but they could also be the turrets that are supposed to be on top of the cockpit. So either way, they look pretty good. I think it's a good thing to have those there. And then the guns on the front, kind of underneath the overhang of the front piece, is good. The general shape of the front, I think they did a pretty good job on such a small model. Nothing underneath. You're not going to get any bombing mechanisms here like you get on the larger models because this one's just too small. Nothing would fit. And on the back, just a little bit of extra detail as well. You don't really get an astromech droid piece to show, like you have on the regular sized one. So this is one of the better Microfighters we've had, I think. I definitely like this one. It's a really cool model of a really iconic Star Wars ship, so I really love the $10 Y-Wing Microfighter. I would definitely recommend it to you guys, especially if you can find it on sale for like $8. Why not? It's got a great minifigure, and it's a great model design. It'll go well next to your $60 Y-Wing from 2017 as well. So with that being said, guys, I hope you'd enjoy. If you did, smack that like button. Comment down below what you think about this Y-Wing. I'm loving it. I don't know about you guys, but I love this thing. And subscribe to see more of my future LEGO videos. Check out one of these two videos on the screen if you haven't seen them yet, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.